Hi everybody, I'm starting a 5-part series on how to build a bug out bag. There's going to be a part on fire starters, a part on water, a part on shelter, a part on medical supplies, and then one that covers kind of all the miscellaneous stuff. Today I'm starting with fire starters. And one thing that I want to mention, when you're building a bug out bag, you want to be mindful of the weight. You don't want to bring a million different products with you, but you do want to have redundancy. I could easily pack this bag of fire starters in my bug out bag, but this probably weighs 5 pounds. We don't need this weight. I've basically created a fire starter pack that fits in this small bag, and you can see it's about the size of my hand. And what's really cool about this pouch is that it has buckles on the back that will allow me to affix it to the outside of my bug out bag. This isn't even taking up space inside my bag. But let's get into the contents. Everything that I need to start a fire is in this little pouch. And I have redundancy built in. If one thing breaks or I lose something, there's a second option to help me get a fire started. Let's go through this. First and foremost, always have a Bic lighter. There's no sense trying to light it with a ferro rod or any other means. If you got a lighter, use it. I keep this lighter in a plastic bag just to ensure that it doesn't get wet. The bag is water resistant, but you just don't want to chance it. I mean, the easiest route is always better. So this is just your typical Bic lighter. I do have duct tape wrapped around it. Duct tape is a form of tinder. You can light duct tape on fire and it burns pretty well and slowly, so it gives you time to get your fire going. That's one form of tinder that I have in my bag. If my Bic lighter doesn't work, then I have this ferro rod. This is my favorite ferro rod. I have probably half a dozen or more in that bag that I showed you. I like this one the best because of its size. See, it's got a good handle on it, fits in my hand. The rod is long, gives you a lot of distance to get a good spark down to your tinder. Just to give you kind of a side-by-side here, here's another ferro rod I have. Look at the size difference, right? So this is definitely my favorite. I've got another ferro rod here, one of the first ones that I got. Look at the difference. A lot harder to work with. Here's my ferro rod. This is my backup if my lighter doesn't work. I also have one more, triple redundancy, I guess, in this case. This is a magnesium ferro rod combo. If you're not familiar with how this works, this block here is magnesium, and you shave this off onto your tinder. And magnesium is flammable, right? It has a ferro rod here. You take your striker and you generate a spark towards it. The primary reason I have this in the bag is for the magnesium, just an extra boost in case I'm having trouble getting a fire started. Another form of tinder I have is Blackbeard fire rope. Now, I've tried a couple different styles of fire rope, and Blackbeard is my favorite. It's dry to the touch, whereas some of the other ropes are pretty waxy, and it lights easy. It easily catches a spark, and it stays lit for a long time. When you're bugging out, you're always going to want to look for natural tinder. If there's not dry natural tinder, then you can go to your fire rope. And what it looks like, if you've never seen it before, it looks like this. This is, I've cut pieces off this and frayed it out so you can kind of see what it looks like. Great stuff to have in your bug out bag. I've got 3 different sources of ignition, 3 different sources of tinder. One other key thing that I have is a fire bellow. Now, this is a great tool. It's lightweight, it's collapsible, and you can find them on Amazon between $10 and $15. What this does for you is once you get a spark to your tinder, you can use this to direct air right at the base of your fire. And as you add tinder, this is how you can blow oxygen into it to really get that flame going. Without something like this, you're down on your hands and knees, your face is next to the flame, you're huffing and puffing. It's all doable, right? But if you're putting together a fire starting kit for your bug out bag, just add one of these. They're really cheap and it saves you a lot of pain and makes life a lot easier. So that's it. Pretty simple, right? I've got 3 forms of ignition, 3 forms of tinder, a fire bellow, and a small pouch that connects to the outside of my bug out bag. Overall, the size of my hand, very lightweight. It doesn't have to be complicated. And so you can see here how this fits on my bug out bag. It fits right on the outside. It's removable. So when I start setting up camp, I can take this out, get a fire going, get some water boiling, continue to work on making my shelter. Don't have to rummage around in my bag. It's easily accessible and it allows me more storage space inside the bag. Super happy with this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in Blackbeard Fire products, I am an affiliate. This pouch, this ferro rod, great tools to have in your fire starter pack. Click on the link in my bio and use the code Woodsman at checkout. That'll get you an extra 10% off. Have a good day.